Hello, I am Bram the hologram. Ooh, that rhymes.
Stay focused.
And that is my sister, Matilda Stoker. She thinks she is so superior because she's a year older.
That is because I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're not.
Am too.
No! That is Thornley, the eldest. I'd introduce more, but there's so many of us. 7, in fact.
Anyway, get back to the point.
Yes, today I will introduce and analyze my most well-known story, Dracula! Thanks to my beloved story, a whole subculture of Gothic writing was introduced, but everybody knows somewhat of what Dracula is and his kind does thanks to countless movies made about him. In fact, he'd be the winner of the most films if it wasn't for that stupid Sherlock. Anyway, vampires are what they are known today because of me. Except for this guy. He doesn't count. And he gave inspiration to countless variations, the most famous being this guy from Sesame Street. But for most of you, you don't know the actual full story, so I created a song to help fix that problem. John Harker took a train, Transylvania, which was not too plain. Peasant said Dracula was a pain. John knew that they were right. 3 women and a count almost white. Notice he knew what was up, so they played the proper hookup. You don't worry about your John. Lucy almost practically on. Interrupted herself to turn to the Lucy show. Lucy gets bit by a vamp. Arthur turns out to be the lucky chance who was sold to Sam. Lucy only seems to get worse. Van Helsing says it's a curse. He does everything that he could, but Lucy's stiff as wood. But if only that was the case, now she walks with so much grace. Then she escapes. Mina found her job in the middle of Dracula's show. Now Mina's under Jack's spell. She chooses not to dwell on that. She helps out in the end. She helps out. Dracula left England. Dracula left England. Even now that Drac is gone, Mina still feels drawn, and they find that he is still on. Quincy dies at the product.
Oh, wait, you mean to tell me he died to Dracula? The sexist goth dude who is obsessed with bodily fluids?
I guess if you put it that way, yeah. Can I finish the song, please?
No!
Okay, I guess I'll just move on to the monarchy versus democracy portion. That okay with you?
Fine.
One of the many themes that I present in Dracula is the advantages and disadvantages of monarchies and democracies. At the time, the French Revolution unleashed revolutionary fever for a democratic state, but many people came to fear democracy as French revolutionaries went overboard and mindlessly massacred royal. England also underwent a political reform that combined a monarchy and democracy to appease the people. Count Dracula is representative of an abusive monarch as he incites fear in and literally feeds on peasants that he thinks to be beneath him. Jonathan almost succumbed to this idea when he dismissed the peasants as stupid when they talked about wolves and magic. On the other hand, Arthur Holmwood illustrates how the power of a monarchy can be used to help the people by using a title to help the entire group. The group functions as a democracy, each individual adding to the strength of the whole and covering for each other's weaknesses. The characters consistently urge each other to work together in order to increase their overall ability and achieve their collective goal of defeating Dracula, which they do, thus representing the triumph of democracy over monarchy. Triumph, however, cost Quincy Morris his life, but in his parting words he thinks that all has not been in vain. See, the snow is not more stainless than her forehead. The curse had passed away. As an American, Quincy's death indicates the glory of democracy comes at a great cost, a sacrifice for the greater good.
Well, that was boring.
Why must you be so annoying?
I'm not being annoying. I'm just distracting myself from dying of boredom.
So, if you are bored, you will die again and stop being annoying forever?
Wait!
So, about the science and technology of the story.
No!
During the Victorian era, inventions were thought to be the answers to the world's problems. The people didn't want to lose the benefits of Christianity, so they emphasized the union of science and religion. I incorporate many themes in my novel that illustrate the benefits of technology, such as the typewriter, phonograph, and train. But I also demonstrate that religion is still necessary. Van Helsing helped Lucy by giving her blood transfusions, but Dracula continues to suck her blood. The group then uses crosses, holy water, and communion wafers as religious means to stop Dracula. Where Jonathan and Seward do not believe in vampires and have a purely rational perspective, Van Helsing used scientific and religious perspectives to defeat Dracula. When Seward failed to find the cause of Rhinefield's and Lucy's syndrome, Van Helsing immediately succeeds due to a balanced perspective, recognizing that it is the fault of our science that it wants to explain all, and if it explains not, then it says there is nothing to explain. But yet we see around us every day the growth of new beliefs which think themselves new, and which are yet but the old, which pretend to be young. Because the group combines religion and science, they ultimately defeat Dracula, a purely superstitious creature ignorant of modern technologies. My novel continually demonstrates the necessity of both religion and science in society to succeed. So, you dead? Close enough. Well, I think you guys will like this next song about the traditional versus modern women in the story. The sister was fly right from the start. The woman just had the heart, the man had the blood and smart. The story tries to question that, the Lucy, the aristocrat, the Nina knowing where it's at.
Whoa, that woke me up.
No. Go back to sleep. Here, listen to me talk about the immigration aspect to the story. As an immigrant from Ireland, I use my novel Dracula to show that immigrants can be beneficial to society, despite negative reaction towards mass immigration in England during the end of the 19th century and tense relations between England and Ireland. Dracula, as an immigrant from the easternmost edge of Europe, represents many of the popular prejudices against outsiders. He terrorizes the group and represents a sort of invasion where he uses his vampiric abilities and threatens to take control of the entire nation. Despite the dangers of immigration illustrated by Dracula, Van Helsing and Quincy Morris portrays how the benefits of immigration are able to overcome its deficiencies. As a Dutchman, Van Helsing plays a critical role in helping the group understand their enemy, which ultimately leads to the defeat of Dracula as a national threat. Quincy, an American, literally gives up his life for the British people. My story, Dracula, reflects my personal background as I show my readers that immigrants can be bad, but they can also bring a lot of good. Longing to go through the crowded streets of your mighty London, to be in the midst of the world and the rush of humanity, to share its life, its change, its death, and all that makes it what it is. On November 8, 1847, I was born in Dublin, Ireland, to our father, Abraham Stoker, and our mother, Charlotte Matilda Blake Thornley Stoker, as one of 7 children. After graduating with honors from Trinity College in 1870, I worked as a civil servant at the Dublin Castle, where I published my first literary work, The Duties of Clerks of Petty Sessions in Ireland. Meanwhile, I was working in the evening as an unpaid writer, reviewing theatrical productions for the Dublin Evening Mail. After 10 years of civil service, I was hired as the manager for the Lyceum Theatre by the famed Sir Henry Irving after reviewing Shakespeare's Hamlet. An exposure to the arts inspired me to turn into the non-fictional legal writing to fictional writing in 1875, and so I published The Primrose Path, my first horror story. In 1897, I published Dracula, a literary masterpiece that garnered increasing praise for more than a century. After publishing 19 more novels, I tragically died in London, England on April 20th, 1912.
Well, that was interesting.
In fact, it was. I'd like to end the whole thing not in a fun way because honestly I'm tired and I think I'm running out of battery to keep up with this hologram. I better finish this fast. To this day, Dracula is one of the most widely recognized and successful novels in the epistolary literature. As an epistle, it is an ancient term for a letter. An epistolary novel is a novel written as a series of documents such as letters, diary entries, newspaper clippings, and at the time when I wrote this novel, diaries were a common form of entertainment, and letters were popularly used for communication when telephones and cars were not yet practical. I hope you enjoyed talking to us, and I hope you learned a few more things about my story, Dracula. But before I go, I'd like to share the secret of the universe. They give us the answer when we die. Anyway, the key to the universe is...
Hey guys, where'd you go? Hello? Hello? Oh no, not again.